Season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty has fans buzzing over who Belly will walk toward at the altar between the Fisher brothers. And there's compelling evidence pointing to Conrad as her ultimate choice over Jeremiah. This season is packed with clever Easter eggs, all subtly steering us toward that endgame. Let's begin with the musical Bye Bye Birdie, where the central love interest is Conrad. A poster of this very musical hangs behind Belly's bedroom door, clearly highlighting who the show subtly favors. But that's just one of the many small but telling clues that lean toward Conrad over Jeremiah. If you've seen the trailer for Season 3, you'll notice the Fisher brothers are color-coded. Conrad is represented by red, while Jeremiah is associated with daylight tones. Now guess who's been consistently shown wearing red? That's right, Belly. In a promo shot, Belly is dressed in red and continues to be framed in red throughout the season. She wears red sunglasses when taking Conrad's call meant for Jeremiah. She has on red pajamas during her fall down the stairs, right next to Conrad. And after her fight with Jeremiah over his cheating, she appears in a red striped jacket. Even her clothing seems to side with Conrad. Another clue? The promo poster mirrors a visual reference from the 1954 film Sabrina, a classic love triangle involving Audrey Hepburn, Humphrey Bogart, and William Holden. In that movie, Hepburn ends up with Bogart, the man on the left, despite Holden kissing her. Similarly, in the Summer I Turned Pretty poster, Jeremiah is the one shown kissing Belly, which may hint that, like Sabrina, she'll choose someone else. Then there's the Christmas Day crossword puzzle. One clue reads, P.S. I love you. Conrad had initially written, still, then erased it, an emotional nod pulled straight from Jenny Han's own novels. The reflection from the puzzle book also forms an infinity symbol, a subtle sign pointing to an eternal connection between Conrad and Belly. Belly writing, still, isn't just a sweet gesture, it's a symbolic act showing that her feelings for Conrad haven't faded. Even the placement of Sour Patch Kids wrappers in Season 3 serves as a callback to a past argument between the brothers about Belly's candy preference, again revisiting a pivotal emotional moment. The infinity sign made by the puzzle book adds another layer to the theme. Conrad and Belly's love represents something infinite. Not perfect, not easy, but deep, enduring, and real. It's about a connection that weathers heartbreak, silence, distance, and personal growth. No matter how many years pass or how many people come into their lives, something always draws them back to each other. Their love isn't born from convenience. It's rooted in knowing each other in a way no one else does. Belly's feelings have been growing since childhood. And Conrad, though quiet and flawed, has shown her love through meaningful, gentle actions. From small gestures to big sacrifices, he's always been there. Their infinity isn't about being flawless, it's about lasting through everything. Even when they're apart, that bond doesn't fade. It was always there, from childhood summers to Conrad explaining infinity to Belly using a racetrack metaphor.
Imagine it's a racetrack. You see how there's no starting or ending point? You could travel endlessly around those curves. Goes on forever. That's infinity.
That childhood racetrack moment holds major meaning. It symbolizes how they may take different paths, but will always come back together. Jeremiah proposing to Belly doesn't rewrite their past. It doesn't undo the connection she's always had with Conrad, the kind of bond built over years of shared history. Throughout the series, Belly and Conrad naturally fall into sync, without trying. From Season 1, they've shared unspoken glances and mutual understanding. Their chemistry isn't forced, it just exists. Even in silence, their connection is undeniable. Meanwhile, Belly and Jeremiah have more of a light-hearted, friendship-based bond. They laugh, sure, but their moments lack the same emotional weight. In early Season 3 episodes, their scenes sometimes feel stiff, like they're trying to prove their love instead of feeling it. Jeremiah reaching for Belly's hand or leaning in for a kiss often looks hesitant, like he's unsure if it's even right. But Belly never looks unsure with Conrad. In a story about first love and forever love, chemistry is everything. And while Jeremiah may feel easy and fun, Conrad speaks to Belly's deeper self, the part of her that longs to be fully understood. Even when Conrad is miles away, the random phone calls Belly receives from him hit hard. They remind her that their connection is still very real. And although she tries convincing herself that Jeremiah is the safer choice, he might not be. In earlier seasons, many believed Jeremiah was more reliable. But cheating twice and starting arguments doesn't scream stability. Dating Belly has exposed his deepest flaws, especially his pattern of self-sabotage when things get difficult. That's not the kind of behavior you want in someone who's supposed to be your forever. Conrad, on the other hand, has been trying to grow into the man Belly needs. He stepped back from the relationship, not because he stopped caring, but because he thought letting go might bring her more happiness. Even when dating Agnes was an option, he couldn't fully let go of Belly. That says everything. His struggle isn't about playing games, it's about pain. Letting go of Belly hurts deeply. Jeremiah's choices, picking fights, cheating while her brother was hospitalized, then proposing, are red flags. These are not signs of maturity. They show he was never ready. Belly deserves someone who doesn't need to lose her before realizing her value. And if fans can forgive Jeremiah for cheating, then they can certainly accept Conrad's darker moments, his depression, his distance, because they stem from grief, not betrayal. The way the show portrays each brother is intentional. Jeremiah gets the short end of the stick in Season 3. His storyline hits a dead end, suggesting no major redemption is coming. Conrad, however, is shown as someone learning, healing, and growing. His early mistakes, pulling away, mood swings, shutting down, weren't signs of indifference. They were cries for help from someone carrying the weight of his mother's illness, his fractured family, and his fear of loss. His mental health journey isn't written to excuse him, it's written to explain him. And Belly is the one person who's always understood that. She's seen the real Conrad, the boy who hides notes in books, remembers her favorite candy, drives overnight just to check on her. The one who stays quiet not out of cruelty, but out of fear of messing things up. No bad day can erase how deeply he loves her. Season 3 dives deep into this truth. It's not trying to make Conrad perfect, it's showing that he's changing. And Belly is finally starting to see the difference between someone who made mistakes and someone who keeps destroying what they have. She yearns for Conrad in ways she can't always say out loud. But the way her face softens when his name comes up says everything. Even while convincing herself she's happy with Jeremiah, her heart tells another story. There's a gravitational pull that always brings her back to Conrad, and that's something she can't control. What Belly wants isn't just laughs and ease. She wants a love that feels like home. And with Conrad, that's exactly what she's always had. He's the one she wrote about in her journal. The one she's held onto through every summer and heartbreak. That kind of connection doesn't fade just because someone else is in front of you. Jeremiah and Belly might begin Season 3 as a couple, but they won't end as one. His proposal is just a stepping stone. It makes Belly's eventual return to Conrad even more meaningful. Sometimes, it takes trying the wrong person to realize the right one has been there all along. The show needed Belly to go through this journey, to understand that friendship can't replace romantic chemistry. Jeremiah may get a new love interest down the line, allowing Belly and Conrad to be together without guilt. In the end, Jeremiah is a chapter. Conrad is the conclusion.